This is what it's all about. Negative 14 degrees, snowing. We've got a storm coming. Can you tell it's cold? I can feel it's hard to move my lips. My lips are frozen from my beard and my mustache. Worth it. It's worth it. Especially when we get tournaments going. I can't wait. Tournaments start in January. And if anybody wants to come ice fishing, look me up. Northern Hoosier Outdoors, Brandon Swartz. I'll take you out. I'm gonna get you on the fish. We're gonna have a good time. Let's do it. Okay, so found out that my camera glasses that are on my head do not like negative 14 degrees. So I don't think I just got what I caught on film, but I'm setting up the ice house. I was just getting ready to put some anchors in, and the tip up went off, and this guy came in. Now, it's nothing big, nothing special, but it was fun and caught me off guard. And I hope that I was able to get that on film, but I don't know. But he grabbed it and ran, and then he stopped dead in his tracks. I picked up the line and he was ready to rock. So it's only been down for about 5 minutes, so I'm hoping that that means that it's gonna be really good today. I guess we're gonna see. Go back and get bigger, or be food for a bigger one. There's way bigger ones in here. So the small panfish that I saw don't seem to be coming back, so I'm going to switch back to my pike stuff, and you never know, maybe it'll call them back in. But I'm kind of wanting something big today. It would be fun. Just gonna leave you sit right there up in the top of the hole, where you're safe, but you're staying alive. Oh, and there's a pike already. Oh, and he hit my camera. The camera just got smashed. Now I can't see my bait. Pike came in out of nowhere. That's why the bluegill left. Time out. No idea where my bait is because he's out there. He spun me around so fast. Too bad I didn't have that on film. He he came in fast for that bait, swung and missed, and went past the camera here and made my camera spin. That was exciting. Let's see. Okay, he hasn't touched the tip up. Well, I'm glad that I switched back to this bait. Apparently that's what I need to do. There's pike here. Now I just hope that I can find a big one. That one was roughly about like the one that I caught already. Might have been just a tad bit bigger. Not by much. That was exciting though. Came in fast. Came in really fast. Took off fast too. Now, I like fishing shallow. A lot of people tend to go out to the really deep parts of the lakes when it's cold out. I really am not big into fishing deep. I'll go out to like 25 feet maybe if I know that there's a crappie bite happening out there really good, but I'm really not one to go to deep water, and typically it's because I find pretty darn good fish up in the shallows. In fact, even crappies. I've seen some of my bigger crappies that I've seen on the camera have been up shallower, and ones that I've caught have been up shallower. You get those big schools, you'll get the really big schools of them and stuff out deep, and they'll cruise higher and all that. A lot of my biggest pike that I've ever seen on screen or caught have been in less than 10 feet of water. A lot of them have been less than 5 feet of water, like around 5 or 6. But there's a lot of times where it's like 4. because of the weeds and stuff, if you think of it that way. The top of the weeds come up to around 4 or 3, and there's times where I've only fished, there's been times where I've been fishing with literally 2 feet of water underneath the ice. I've had it before where we had about 3 feet of ice, and underneath the ice there was only 2 feet of water, and monster pike, muskies, walleyes, huge perch. Buddy of mine and we were out and couldn't believe it. Huge fish underneath and just in 2 feet of water. It was insane. So I'm a firm believer in fishing that shallow water. I honestly think that it's easier for them to find forage. There's a lot of food up in the shallows because there's so much plant growth. You've got all the bugs and stuff that live in the plants, you've got smaller fish that eat those, and then you're going to have the bigger fish that eat those fish. So it makes sense. But yeah, I love fishing the shallows. Plus, it works well with the camera. A lot of times when you're fishing and you've got an underwater camera, when you're out deep you can't see much because the light doesn't go down deep enough. But it's like looking in a fish tank right now because it's light out and the sun can actually get to it. Even though we've got snow on top, the sun is still getting through. It's all lit up down there. Now I just need that pike to come back. I think I might need to set my tip up out there a little bit lower. That one I've got pretty close to the top underneath the ice, but the tip up that got hit I had closer down to the weed line. So I'm thinking that that might be what I need to do, is put that down just a little bit. So I'll be right back. So I've got the heater going. This is trying to freeze up on me. It's just too cold today. It's okay, I'm enjoying myself. I gotta take it when I can get it. Schedules are difficult to work around, and so anytime that I can get out on the water, that's what I'm gonna do. Even if it's just for a short amount of time, and if I have an opportunity, I'm gonna do it. So, something that is really important when it's snowing out, you want to knock all the snow off of the roof of your tent as often as you can. A couple of years ago, we had a pretty heavy snow, and I wasn't thinking anything about it, and I'm standing in the middle of my tent, and I was just offset just a little bit, and the center hub came crashing down right past my face, and it stopped right here. And if I had been just to the left a little bit more, it would have come down and hit me in the head. It probably would have knocked me out, and I was out fishing by myself. So it's something that you need to be cautious of and be mindful of. Clean the roof off every once in a while when it's snowing out. So listen, I'm gonna knock it off, and you're gonna be able to hear it. Hear it sliding? There's a bunch of snow up on the roof, and I do not want that. Not good. Especially if you're fishing by yourself. It's very dangerous. And it's things that a lot of times you would not think about. So it's just good to be mindful of. Alright, I've got less than 2 hours before I gotta be packing up because the kids get off school early today because of this storm coming in, and I'm gonna have to go get them. So come on, fish. I don't have time for lollygagging. I still haven't eaten my Pop-Tart. Dang it. And it is cold in here. I'm gonna have to crank the heat up because it is not enough. And that's saying something, because I'm always warm. So the fact that I'm cold in here with the heater on, that should tell you how cold it is out. No, not the Pop-Tarts! Thankfully those didn't go down the hole. That would not have been good. I can't do it anymore. I gotta put on my coat. Just a tad bit too cold today. Whew. You watch, I'll get hit while I'm doing this. They might be hunkered down somewhere, preparing for the storm to hit. I don't know. Maybe they're on a transition line, which a lot of times they are. But you don't know until you try. I have had great luck in the shallows before, so just wanted to try it and see. But I've got less than an hour now before I have to start packing up, and with the way that it's taken a while, I actually might start packing up earlier. So just so that I'm not in a rush, because there's really not a lot happening. So what I might do is just take the tip up that I had the pike on earlier, set it up in here. I've still got the other one outside, but set it up in here while I'm packing everything up, and that way I'm still technically fishing. Something that I've started doing with my tip ups, instead of using like quick strike rigs where it's a treble hook or a pair of treble hooks, I've actually been going with a circle hook, a decently sized circle hook too. And come on, stop moving. I stick it just through the upper lip of the sucker, and then they have freedom of motion and everything. They can swim around just fine. And by having it in the lip, they don't die. I'm not wounding them in the body like what a lot of times we end up doing with the quick strike rigs. By doing this, they're pretty much just hooked like when you hook a fish. It's just in the mouth. So it's not really bothering them too much, and it helps keep your minnow alive longer. This is all frozen, so I have to pull it loose so that it's able to be taken by the fish easier. Sucker minnow decided to go down and play in the weeds a little bit there. Alright, so anyway, he's able to swim around and not have, come on, there we go. That sucker minnow is able to swim around and not have any kind of bodily wounds. The other thing is, pike and most other fish eat head first because it's easier for them to swallow the fish. Scales run from the head down to the tail, not the other way around. So if you eat something, if they were to eat it backwards, the scales are going to be rough against their throat, and it's not easy to swallow. So this works better, because most likely they're going to grab that circle hook. And the other thing about the circle hook is when the fish grabs it and goes, you don't set the hook hard, you just hold onto that line and they'll set the hook themselves. And then once you feel that tension and the hook slides into place, then you can just give it kind of a little extra oomph just to set it in there good. But it works really well. It goes in the corner of the mouth a lot, so you don't really get teeth on the line. I'm going to start packing up. While I'm packing up, I'm going to have a tip up set here in the house where I already caught a pike, and I'm going to have the other tip up set outside, and I'm just going to start packing up because I'm not having too much luck today. I had a pike right off the bat, but it was short-lived, so we will. Woo. Excuse me, I'm still tired. I'm gonna get a lot of sleep. We will see what happens. I'm gonna set the tip up in here, and then I'm gonna start packing up and getting ready to go. So let's find out. I don't know how big it is. Better. What's better? Come here, come here, come here. Stop walking. Yeah, I know. Aha! Now, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Corner of the mouth. See that? Now, that wasn't the best way of catching that right there. It was kind of floppy and all over the place. But I'm in the middle of cleaning up. I'm in the middle of packing up. Stuff happens. Went crazy. So, anyway, corner of the mouth. See that? It's fantastic. No teeth on the line here. Hook pops right out. Maybe. He closed his mouth on it. Hey, can you open it back up? Open it back up. He wasn't coming off. Circle hook's out. There's a pike. It's better. That actually might be the one that I saw earlier on the camera that swung in on my bait and missed. So that's a better one. He's probably like, I don't know, 23, 25 maybe. Oh, 26 and a half. Look at that. He's bigger than I thought he was. So, there you go. Now, if that's the last fish of the day, great. I caught a couple pike today. I'm a happy guy. It's better than just sitting in the house doing nothing. So, yay me. Alright, and back down the hole you're gonna go, okay? After he throws water in my face. Alright. Back you go. Back you go. Maybe, if you're gonna help. Go on. Maybe we'll get one more before we're done. Well, I just got hit again. Ooh, hey. This is a better fish. Felt better. He was fighting harder. Once again, corner of the mouth. Right there. Right there in the corner. No teeth on the line. That circle hook. Fantastic. Fantastic. I love circle hooks. There we go. This one's a different one. A little smaller than that last one. I'm trying to go home. Or I'm trying to get packed up so I can go get the kids from school. And as I'm packing up, the fish are just deciding to turn on. It never fails. If I say I'm leaving, that's when it happens. That's all I have to do is say I'm going. And they'll show up. Alright, back down the hole for you. Bye, Pike. Send your big brother. Seriously. Every time, if I say I'm going, it's gonna happen. Both of those pike hit and just ran. Ran and ran and ran. And a lot of times I feel like that means there's other ones in the area that are gonna try to steal the food. So, which obviously, I mean, it makes sense. We've had 2 in the last 5 minutes. So they're definitely cruising together or something. try it again. So that time the flag didn't even pop. It was just running so fast that the flag could not come up. It was staying underneath the trigger there. But that's why I've got bells. That's what the bells are for. I could have swore that last pike was a bigger one. It felt so much bigger. It was fighting really, really hard. But still a fish, and it was fun. Let's see if we can get another one while I'm packing the sled. That's two while I'm packing the sled. Crazy. I was at least able to pull some pike in today. Just killing time. Now I gotta go pick the kids up at school, but it was a heck of a way to spend the morning. It's better than just lounging around doing nothing.